the other issue comes now that suppose in regular times we had the Taraweeh prayer in our masjid, suppose in regular times we have the Taraweeh prayer, is it better to pray with the Jama'ah or is it better to pray at home? Now again, this is when we have the choice. These days there is no choice. And this is again a difference of which one is better. Every scholar said both are permissible. Every scholar in Islamic history said whichever you want to do, it is fine. But now scholars differed which one is the better of the two. And generally speaking, the Hanafi school and the Hanbali school and the Maliki school, the Hanbali, the Hanafi and the Shafi'i, not the Maliki. Generally speaking, those three said it is better of a sunnah to pray with Jama'ah, even though Imam Ahmad, as typical, has multiple riwayat. The Hanbalis know what I'm talking about. And the Maliki madhab was the one madhab that was very clear, and they said that praying at home is better, afdal, for the one who is able to do that. Otherwise, if he's not able to do that, then he can pray in the Jama'ah. And the reason why the Maliki said this was that the default is that sunnah prayers and nafil prayers are done in one's privacy and between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you should do it as long as possible. When you're doing it in public, you have the problem of people looking at you, your niyyah might be corrupted, you have the problem of your basically, if you want to do longer, the imam wants to do shorter. Also timing, because all of the madhab say when Taraweeh is done, it should be done early in the night, because you want to make it easy for the people. And yet, the Prophet ﷺ himself encouraged us to pray at the end of the night. So we have to look at ideal and we have to look at minimal. And the minimal is to pray at any time, and the easiest is right after Isha. And that's why across the Muslim world, Taraweeh is done right after Salat al-Isha, because not everybody can wake up at 3 a.m., at 4 a.m. and pray Qiyamul Layl. But that is the real and the best time of Qiyamul Layl. And that is the time when, as our Prophet ﷺ said, Allah Himself comes down and He asks, who is wanting my forgiveness? I shall forgive him. Who is asking me? I shall give him. Who is demanding of me anything? I shall give him what he wants. That happens في ثلث الليل الأخير, in the last 1/3 of the night. So there's no question that that is the better time to pray. But Taraweeh, to make it easier for the Ummah, is in the beginning of the night. And in my humble opinion, and Allah knows best, this question does not have a blanket answer. It's a case-by-case basis. If a person is going to find better humility and better khushu' and better ibadah, praying in public, listening to a beautiful Quran, praying in the routine, then that is better. And if the person has the himmah, the fortitude, the courage, a person has the desire to pray a longer prayer in the middle of the night, at the end of the night, then there is no question that praying alone in your house, Taraweeh prayer in the middle of the night, is the best. And the reason I'm saying this is because now, dear Muslims, we don't have this choice. This choice is thrust upon us. Now we are all praying in our homes. So subhanallah, in fact, for some of us, this might be the best Taraweeh of our lives if we discover the joy of actual tahajjud. That having been said, dear fathers in particular, and family people in charge of the families, do realize that there is some responsibility for your family and children as well. And so try to do something if your children are of age and they're not going to spend the whole night awake or get up in the end of the night. At least do something with them in the middle of the and the beginning of the night, so that this thing is done, that some Taraweeh is prayed in the house.